Welcome to another episode on the YouTubes. So, hope all is good with you. Happy Thursday. It is 10:06 a.m. And the main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, well, before I get into that, as I said, I hope you have had a lovely new year. Since we were last talking, I was talking about goals and stuff like that and how things have been going on my side of things. So, as I mentioned, I've mentioned on my Instagram, on my social media a good bit that I am 4 days now into my first goal of the year, which is lose 4 kilos, at least 4 kilos in the next 4 weeks. And we're off to a good start. So I'm down a kilo overall this week. So if you've been keeping up with my stories, you can see that my body weight has been dropping down a good bit this week, which is going to be expected. And hopefully by the end of this month, I'm in around 87 kilos. So I'm after spending the last 6 months gaining. So now is the time to start cutting. So 1 step back to take 2 steps forward into my new weight class. So that's where we're at. But before I get into any more of what is going on in my life, I wanted to show you a bit behind the scenes of my workday. So usually I haven't really shown much of this, so something that I plan on doing a bit more this year on YouTube. What I'm trying to push at the moment, so I started the Super 8 crew on Monday. So this is my group coaching intake. This is the second intake I've had with Super 8. The first one was a major success. I got on really well. That was last September for 8 weeks. Now, 5th of January, we began the new intake of 8 weeks. So all my clients are all set up or ready to go. So I'm going to show you here a bit of the behind the scenes, what that looks like. So I'll actually bring you in a little bit closer to the action and see what's happening. So this is what a typical day looks like pour moi on a Thursday. So these are their coaching sheets on the right hand side, but let's just have a look. I actually have the group chat here on my WhatsApp at the moment. Oh yeah, so there's Paul getting after it this morning. So as you can see here, hold on now, there we go. The color is a little bit off. Okay, that should be good enough. But as you can see, people are putting in their login sheets, they're out getting their steps, they're getting their gym sessions done. It's good stuff. And that's only from yesterday, which is great. And if you wanted to have an idea as to what they're tracking, this is what a typical log looks like for one of the Super 8 clients. So as you can see here, we have the likes of, we're tracking, say, our calories, our macros, their body weight first thing in the morning, their average steps, their training, cardio, and then they will do a weekly check-in at the end of the week. So this guy here, he has NA written down because he shouldn't have those in. These are to be filled out by the end of the week. So I'll just pop a message into that group chat now in 2 seconds to let them know here that doesn't need to be filled out until this weekend. But seeing as it's only week one, seeing as it's only week one, there's going to be hiccups like that. So I'll get to that right after this. But that's basically what they're starting the year off with. Like, everything's being looked after. The amount of that, so most of them I've asked like what they would have done in previous Januaries, and they said they just found it very hard to be, say, their own coach and a client, like just trying to self-coach their way through the month. And that's the joys of having the group coaching, the Super 8 intake, because now they only have to worry about being the client. You know, I'm the coach, I have the experience of getting people very similar to them, getting them the best shape possible. And especially with the 8 weeks, it is difficult, it is rapid fat loss, but I find I would much rather get the job done and move on to bigger and better things like gaining phases, maintenance phases, trying to focus on strength. And that's what I am trying to instill into each and every one of those. As I said, I'm in my own fat loss phase. It's not going to be easy, but I would much rather get it done in 4 weeks than dragging it on and taking the piss for 12 or 16 weeks, which is what a lot of people tend to do. So I just wanted to give you a little heads up on that. So after I am finished recording, I'm going to get stuck into these. I have a couple of messages to get back to. I also have my own calls on Thursday, so I'm just off a copyright call with one of my mentors. So I will get some feedback on that. But before I do that, now it's time to eat. And I am starving. So I'm going to take it down here now, and I'm going to fill you in on more news that I have, which is my upcoming competition. So it's official. I know when I'm competing again, and in only 2 days' time, the tickets are available, which is bloody great. It seems like I only competed yesterday, so time is flying by. And I am competing back in the Marina Market down in Cork at the Silent Worker Irish PF Open. So that's going to take place over the Easter weekend. So it's, I think, like the 4th and 5th of April. So it wouldn't squirt out for some reason. So I have another competition lined up already. Exciting times. Main goal, as I said, for this year is to qualify for Irish Nationals as an under 93, which is going to be more difficult, obviously, because the qualifying total is higher than in my previous weight class. The actual weight class itself is more competitive, and I'm on the lighter side of things. Like, I have a good few kilos to go before I fill out the under 93s. But it's a good challenge, and I always want a good challenge. And especially looking back on previous years where I might have held myself back because I wanted to stay in a weight class I identified as an under 83. Maybe it, in the long run, kind of shot me in the foot, I suppose, because what I would always encourage my clients to do, especially when strength is their main focus, why would I sacrifice my potential, my strength potential, in an attempt to just weigh a certain number on the scale? You know, if you're getting stronger, if you're adding more muscle, just keep doing it. You know, you can always enter into quick dieting or tidy up phases a couple of months into it, like exactly what I'm doing now. But yeah, it was just something that I was thinking about lately. But as I said, the goal this year, qualify for Irish Open Nationals 2026. That would be amazing. The qualifying total for under 93 weight class is 700 kilos. So I have a bit to go. I totaled 655 there in December. Wasn't my best outing, but I think I have the potential to get very close to that 700 in April, if I put the head down and if I stay on top of things like my nutrition, like my sleep, which is great at the moment, by the way. I would challenge anybody who's struggling to sleep watching this to have a cup of chamomile tea and magnesium before bed, and be in bed 30 minutes before you want to be asleep. I can guarantee you will be out like a light. I've been doing it the last couple of nights, and it's been paying dividends. I got over 8 hours sleep the last like 5 nights in a row, and I'm feeling great because of it. So I'm giving a shit about my recovery, I'm giving a shit about my nutrition. Really want to push my training now for the next couple of weeks, so that's ramping back up again. It never really dialed off, to be honest, because over the Christmas time I still got 4 sessions in on Christmas week. I was training out at different gyms. I was back at home over the Christmas, of course, but nothing in terms of intensity kind of shied away. I had my deload the week after Christmas, so I kind of lined up nicely. But yeah, I'm ready to crack on with this year. It's going to be a busy year. Like, I have clients competing in February in the powerlifting. As I said, I have the Super 8 crew. They're all up and running for the next 8 weeks. My one-to-ones are all flying it. We set out their goal planner. So in the previous video, like I mentioned, I was talking about goals and how you should properly set them up for the year ahead. So I'm after setting them up with a smart goal planner. Each of my one-to-one clients got access to that, so that was the main topic of discussion on their check-ins this week. So that's where we find ourselves. That is the first full week of the year. We're halfway through it now. So I'm going to get these best eggs in the world. What do you wait till you see these eggs? I'm going to crack on with this food. I have one more call before I head off to the cafe to get myself 2 Americanos, myself and Dav. I'll meet Dav there, my coach, and we'll head on up to Abs. So I'll film that training session, let you know how it goes, and I'm heading back to the motherland tonight because I'm training tomorrow morning with my buddy Emmett. I think that could be our last session for a while. So I said I'd make sure to get back home this weekend. This is how you make the best breakfast in the world. So starting off with 2 slices of whole grain bread. Now 1, 2, 3, and 4 slices of ham because I've no medallions in it at the moment. Don't at me, bro. Next, making sure that we have the right consistency for our eggs. Oh, look at those, they're so good. And I just season them with salt and pepper. And if you microwave your eggs, and it's 2026, get off my page. Because you're living in the past. You're going to be forgotten about. Microwaving our eggs. I don't actually use the microwave that often anymore. I try to cook as much stuff fresh as possible. And here's the secret ingredient that you didn't know about. This is chili oil. Now, please excuse me and my scales. The scales, the light, the display. So this is an old weighing scale, but it has dropped several times, and as a result, the actual scales itself is quite hard to read because the light broke, basically. So I'm half squinting to see what it's saying. But that's 5, yeah. I'll give it a little bit more. About 6 grams of chili oil. I'll log that into my fitness pal. But boom, the best breakfast in the world. Come at me, bro. So it's Friday morning. I was working away. Then my alarm went off at 8:56 and 8:57 a.m. And I usually, when I set random alarms like that, I think to myself, there's a deadline or I have a call due or something like that. And I was thinking, I couldn't for the life of me think what it was. And it dawned on me. It was an alarm for a very important release. So if we have a look here, Silent Worker Meet / Irish PF, 4th, 5th of April, Marine Market in Cork. And if we scroll down to here, you can see my early bird access. I'm locked in, ready to go. I have my ticket for my next competition, 4th or 5th of April, Easter weekend in the Marina Market once again as an under 93, my second competition, and the hunt for 700 kilos is on. Make sure to stick around for that to see how I get on over the next couple of weeks, as I will be documenting the whole thing. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one. 14 weeks out. Let's get it.